won because you threw my name out there, and that's all.
I feel like all I'm doing is voting out people who say that they're committed to me, so that sucks. But I just have different loyalties, different endgame and plan. Unfortunately, because we lost again today, this is just how it's gonna have to go.
Greg, I really like you. It was just, I connected with Rachel first. I connected with Bryce before you, and they're tight-knit, and I have to go with them. It literally was a matter of minutes connecting at camp the first time we were together, and I'm really sorry. I love how much you love playing this game.
What do you know? Another one of me coming up here thinking it's me? And it very well could be. Jack's vote was strategic. This one is not. This one is about survival. It's nothing personal. You're amazing. I've loved working with you. I just don't know if we can go in with 4 blue and not be targeted. I had to make a decision. I'm sorry.
Greg, Travis spoken.
Thank you, sir.
Time for you to go.
What just happened? So the right thing for them in terms of like a threat in the merge, the wrong thing in terms of loyalty. It was a unanimous vote. I kind of figured Rachel and Kathy were probably going to vote for me. I think that's the right move for both of them, especially since I was going for Rachel. I mean, that's rightfully so. I was not really surprised that that Dez flipped on me. I saw the 3 girls talking like right beforehand, and I knew the second they weren't going to vote Bryce. And I mean, Bryce is a challenge threat. I made it very clear. I did not hide that at all, and I probably should have better. But going into a merge, they knew it was going to be a merge. You never merge with less than 9 people. I mean, it was the right choice in that regard. So good on them. I'm just shocked that Bryce wanted to get out a guy. His only connection in terms of that is Justin, and he has no yellows to reach out to. There's none left, except for Rachel. So
do you think that's the fate that awaits Bryce? That some big threats like him are gonna, that's our post-merge, that's the fate?
I think if you follow the pattern of the season so far, yes. These people are scared of people who are big players. I mean, I never wanted to vote out someone like Laura because she's a big player. We saw when Dion went out, like, that's a big player. Like, you're losing all these people. I think I was a big player, and Jack was a big player. These people who care about the game and were threatening to people. Bryce is one of the biggest challenge threats left. I think you can see that very clearly with like the slingshot when he nailed that. He's been really good in every other challenge that we've done. They're gonna look to him first. That's just the way that Survivor works, especially when you have a lot of people who maybe aren't those big challenge threats left in the game. He's the first one I'd look to, because we were gonna look towards Justin or Dion. So I think
if the alphas are gonna get taken out, who controls the game after that?
Well, first, I wouldn't call them alphas necessarily. I think it's just people who aren't trying to hide their game.
Yeah.
I think there's a lot of people kind of playing under the radar. I wish I knew some of the other people on the tribe. I'm sure there's some of those people who are playing them under the radar. That's why I don't know them. But I guess, I'm sorry, can you repeat the question?
If those are the players who are going to be targeted,
Oh, then who's running the game?
who's running the game at that point?
I think it would be very naive of anyone on that 5 from yellow to flip. In that case, they're probably going to take down 2 more pegs on this tribe that I just got voted off from, and then from there, I don't know. They're probably going to get way too paranoid because there'll be 7 people left. Big moves are made at 7, and Survivor's all about big moves. Can you tell how I feel about that? I think the people who are running the game are not the 4 who voted me out. I think they're very much in trouble, but I think they do have a good chance to get to the end, and that's a good story for someone to win. You don't need to run the game to win. You don't. And you need a good story. And so far, I know Des has that. I know Kathy has that. I don't think either Rachel or Bryce have that. I don't think they'd have the support of the jury anyways. So I think definitely Des and Kathy are front runners if they make it. On the other tribe, I don't even know. Maybe I couldn't really tell you. The people I thought running the game are all sitting pre-merge with me. So
Des, when did that come together for you? And when do you think she started to entertain the idea that I can't ride that to the end?
I think so. Des, when I lost Jen on the first night, Jen and I were totally together, 100%, and I think she'll say that as well. We're walking away from the camp. She told me, hey, like, there were people at camp threatened by you. Laura, regardless of whether or not that's true, apparently was threatened by me, and Laura since cleared that. But regardless, when Jen told me that, she was my number 1, and I lost her that same night to like things out of my control. So that sucked. I needed to find someone else, and we're at the first challenge the next day, first immunity challenge, or whichever one. The first one that I don't even remember. The first one when we swapped, I was with Des, and we didn't even lose. We won that, and I remember she came up to me, like, kind of tapped me on the arm and said, like, hey, are you good? I thought she was asking if I was injured, and I was like, yeah, I'm fine. Why? She goes, no, are you good to vote, like, with me? I said, yeah, let's do it. I didn't think anything of it at the time, but when she said that, that just kind of clicked. Became a ride or die. I don't think she was going to turn on me until this point. I don't think that ever ran through her mind. Maybe, like, once we get down the road, someone like that, I mean, I probably would have beaten her. That's dangerous to take me to the end with her. Just because out of loyalty, she should do it. If she wants to win, she should.
Do you think she turned on you, or she was convinced by someone else to join them in that move?
I think she was convinced to turn. I don't think the thing with Des is she's someone who plays with her heart, and I respect that. I play with my heart. And I think when someone came to her saying, like, hey, we need to do this, and we have the numbers, she didn't have a choice. But you could tell with other votes, like when we voted out, especially when we voted out Jack, when we voted out Laura, like, people were stressed because we were so close. And we were. Like, that tribe was very close. And I hope that 4 stays close, but she has a lot of trouble voting for people that she's close to. And you could tell she kind of had that hesitation all throughout the game. So I do think she was convinced because I think the numbers weren't there. Had she gone with me and Bryce, targeted Rachel, I totally would have ridden with those 3 and Kathy. I mean, I was committed to that, but I guess they didn't want that, so.
So if that 4 is the 4 that hits the merge, you'd be down 4 or 5. What would have been your game plan?
So we had talked about this a lot. Had we made it to merge with 4, I kind of pitched the whole idea of, so you have to get out of yellow at the tribal council I went out. Because if you don't get out of yellow, they don't have a connection. What benefit do you have taking 2 yellows to the merge? They're not going to have any old connections to reach out to and bring them to your side. So you're already a minority. Bryce maybe can only reach out to Justin because he's another guy. That's maybe the only similarity between anyone and him, like him and his other tribe, because he's been with me the whole time. And then I think Des maybe has someone like Hannah, but that's one of the only other greens left. Like, there's nothing really, you're kind of grasping at straws at that point. And I would be very skeptical of their chances to get anyone from that 5 to flip. When you're that down in numbers, you don't want to flip on each other. You don't. You want to ride that to the end because it's a great story. That 5 is probably going to stay strong. They shouldn't. if they want to write a good story. But I wouldn't flip if I was in that 5. So I wanted to play a safe game.
So we've been asking you a lot of questions. Do you have any questions for us?
When can I play again? You call me, I'll be there the second. I mean, I love this. It was a lot of fun. I meant what I said. I mean, if you see what I said in Tribal Council about passion, that's what I love about Survivor. I'm not bitter towards anyone. I do hope someone in that 4 wins. I have no hard feelings towards any of them. This was so much fun, and I hope that they're enjoying that ride from here on out. So I don't have any questions. I'm just happy that I was here, and it was an awesome experience. So.
I'm glad you enjoyed the experience. We loved watching you play production. You were a favorite, yeah, and the passion, the aggression, some good stuff, man. Thanks for bringing it.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Well, food,
Yes,
shower,
please.
what priority? Okay, let's get you there.
Both.
Bentley, if you can take him over to the house and.